All right, here to react to today's verdict, former President Trump's legal spokeswoman, well, not former, I mean, she's President Trump's legal spokesperson, Alina Habba. She's been in the courtroom the whole time. You know, everybody I know around President Trump says he's completely stoic, saw this coming. I guess that was clear in his comments about Mother Teresa. However, I'm sure it doesn't take the sting away. And based on the actions of this judge, one has to wonder, you know, 4 days before the RNC, is he going to release President Trump on his own recognizance pending appeal? Is he going to declare he has to have home confinement, can't go to a debate, can't go to his own convention pending appeal? Or will he want to send him to jail? Nothing that judge decides will shock me.
No, it won't shock me. Let's remember who this judge is, Sean. Let's be very clear. And I am so happy to be on this show on such an important day in American history, because if we don't stop this now, we are done. And I don't mean now, I mean right now, as in yesterday. Judge Merchan today watched my client. I watched him. I watched the jury say guilty 34 times, and I watched him. And he looked at my client, and he covered his mouth. And he covered his mouth probably because he was smiling. Let's be very clear. This judge has Bannon, Weisselberg, and no shock to me, Trump. And he is 100% a man that should have recused himself. But our justice system is so broken right now, Sean. And I want to also remind the American people of one thing. I am a legal spokesperson. I am also an American. And I will be voting for Trump, not because of President Trump, who I obviously support, but because I support America. And so does he. Our country is currently in a serious state, and we cannot look at this as anything other than a serious state of affairs where we have an issue, where people are using politics in the legal courtroom. It cannot happen anymore. I have seen it. I have been in court since October, trial after trial after trial. For 15 years, I have been practicing law. I have never seen anything like this in my life. And that judge intentionally wouldn't even allow, in pretrial proceedings that the court will not report, they would not allow us to bring up that President Trump didn't even take deductions. He didn't do anything wrong. His CFO, him, the Trump organization, the family, nothing. But that evidence was kept away from the jury, and it is intentional. This is not America. And I'm speaking to MSNBC viewers and CNN viewers, the Rachel Maddows, the Caitlin Collins. It is time to come together, because this administration does not care about us. They do not. They care about themselves.
They don't care either, because they got what they wanted politically. And
that's right.
You know, for them, it doesn't matter. The ends justify the means. I will say this, and I said this a number of days ago. I was on Fox and Friends, and on this show I said it. This is not going to impact the election, is my prediction, in 158 days. I don't believe it is. You know, it's amazing. You know, Michael Cohen himself testified that he told many people that he did this on his own. You know, at that point, stop right there. That should have ended whatever novel legal theory they're putting out. And I said also, Donald Trump can't get a fair trial in New York City. And he didn't get a fair trial in New York City. And by the way, I'll find the money, and I'd love to buy Mar-a-Lago for $18 million and turn around and sell it for $1 billion, because that's New York City's legal system. How sad and pathetic is this?
Yeah, but it's not about Trump. And I really want everyone to understand that. I am the lawyer. I see the rulings. I see the hearings. It's before the trials start that they do this to us. It's before we can go in. It's so that his legal spokeswoman is gagged, so that his campaign is gagged, so that President Trump is gagged. And I'm still gagged, and so is he. And you know why? Because they don't want us to speak the truth. That's called censorship. That is not our country. We don't do that. Let Americans vote for who they want. And you know what they don't want? They don't want what is going on right now, I assure you, because when I walk in the streets in New York by myself, I am praised and loved. And I will tell you, President Trump, what we saw today was people streaming up and down the streets, waiting to see him just to give him a thumbs up. We drove down and down, and the numbers just don't lie. Look at the polls. Sean, we are in a serious state of affairs. America is under siege in a different way than I ever thought was possible. And I never thought it would be people with a law license that would be doing it, judges that would be doing it. It's a disgrace.
Let me be clear on one thing, too. You know something? I don't want a weaponized system of justice. to go after Democrats and treat them the way
Neither do I.
Donald Trump has been treated. I want equal justice,
That's
equal
right.
application. I'd like to have our constitutional republic back, and that's what I think most good, decent, honorable Americans want. Alina, you've been very generous with your time throughout this whole trial. Thank you very much. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.